Hey guys, it's August 19th. I'm Mary, and it's Friday, which means we're counting down the top 5 biggest stories in gaming of the week. First up is the Xbox One S. So hot right now. According to Microsoft, it's seeing unprecedented demand. Demand has been off the charts for Microsoft's newly launched Xbox One S console. They haven't shared any specific sales numbers, but the system's 2TB version is sold out in many stores in Europe. Thankfully, for anyone looking for an Xbox One S, more are coming. On August 23rd, there will be 3 new versions offered. A 1TB model that comes with Madden NFL 17, that's $350. There's also a 500GB version, that's $300, and a 1TB version, that's $350, that come with Halo 5 Guardians and Halo the Master Chief Collection. The Xbox One makes using an external hard drive easy, so compensating for the smaller hard drive sizes is painless and relatively inexpensive. The Xbox One S debuted earlier this month, introducing 4K and HDR support in a smaller, sleeker box. It also provides a performance boost in some, but not all games. We reviewed the Xbox One S, and you can check that out on GameSpot. Some sad news this week for Final Fantasy fans, as Square Enix has delayed Final Fantasy 15 for 2 whole months. Final Fantasy 15 will be released globally on November 29th, but that's 2 whole months later than the previously scheduled September 30th launch date. The new date will allow the development teams time to further polish and conduct quality testing so that the reality of the game can match the expectations of both the fans and the creative teams. Game director Hajime Tabata made a video and said, "From the moment we joined this project, our vision was to create a level of freedom and realism previously unseen in the series. Regrettably, we need a little bit more time to deliver on this vision and are confident that this new release date will help us achieve this." To ease the tension, they released a whole hour of additional gameplay footage, and it's looking pretty good. You can even go fishing. If you were worried about the movie Kingsglaive, don't be. The movie has not changed from its original release date. Kingsglaive will come to theaters on August 19th, digital HD on August 30th, and DVD on October 4th. We also reviewed that, so you gotta go to GameSpot to check that out. Most of the time, people want to be part of the 1%, but not when it comes to No Man's Sky, because that's the percentage of people having issues with the game. Luckily, No Man's Sky released a patch this week. While the full patch notes have not been released, director Sean Murray wrote on Twitter that the update adds support for more hardware and improves frame rate for lower spec computers. The developer also wrote on Twitter that less than 1% of players have reported issues, though this is presumably only counting people who have filed official support tickets. Whatever the case, Murray said, "We're going to resolve roughly 70% of them this week with the patch." Although the patch is released and we've downloaded it, there's no patch notes, so we're not entirely sure what's in there. But Sean Murray said Hello Games is totally focused on customer support efforts right now. After these initial issues are resolved, the studio will move on to improving and adding features into the game. Features like sand planets, and giant worms, and things that I thought were already in the game. Next up, we have new information and new images of the PS4 4.0 update. Sony's John Kohler outlined some of the new features for the update, which is codenamed Shingen. People in the public beta program selected for the beta should now be on the lookout for an email with details on how to get started. But let's go over all those juicy details. First, the PS4's main user interface is changing to become more refined and easier to use. The overall look will remain the same, but a lot of adjustments and improvements have been made. PS4 4.0 makes changes to the quick menu to make it faster and easier to use. With the update applied, the menu will only cover a portion of the screen, so you don't have to completely leave gameplay to access it. Kohler states, "We've added several new items to the quick menu, letting you quickly get info without having to back to the home screen. You can see the online status of your friends, shortcuts to quickly access your party, favorite groups, communities, and more. You can also customize the quick menu, removing or adding items as you see fit." The PS4's share menu has also been updated. Like the quick menu, it only covers a portion of the screen. It will save the last social network you shared video clips or screenshots to, making the process of sharing a screenshot or video faster and more streamlined. And while we're talking about sharing things from your PS4, Twitter videos uploaded can now be 140 seconds long. They used to be only 10. How am I supposed to convey how dumb this creature in No Man's Sky looks in 10 seconds? It's ridiculous. Look at him. Dumb as hell. PS4 4.0 also adds much requested folders in an effort to help users organize their content better. And our top news story of the week is something we all totally expected. There's a class action lawsuit against Pokemon Go for some players being really loud, creepy people. Irritated by how Pokemon Go draws people to a park near their home, a Metro Detroit couple has filed a class action lawsuit against the creators of the massively popular mobile game. The Detroit Free Press reports that a couple sued developer Niantic, Nintendo, as well as partners of the Pokemon Company in California federal court. They're suing to try and stop Niantic from putting Pokemon on or near private properties, unless they have the owner's blessing. The couple explain in the lawsuit that they're fed up with Pokemon Go players walking on their lawn, looking in their windows, and even swearing at them in some cases. You see, this couple lives across the street from Wabi Park, which is a Pokemon Go gym, while 7 Pokestops are in the nearby area, so hundreds of people are coming by on any given day. Now, that does sound annoying, and I think most people would get frustrated, but here's where it gets a little money-grabby. Additionally, the lawsuit asks that a share of Pokemon Go's revenue should be given to residents whose properties are claimed to have fueled the game's wild popularity. I can promise you this, in no way is a property in Detroit fueling the game's popularity. Niantic allows anyone to request an exclusion using this form, but there's no guarantees they'll actually remove it. This lawsuit doesn't really surprise me, and I would expect more in the future. We'll keep you up to date with the latest people to lawyer up on Pokemon Go, so check back to GameSpot for more info. And those are our top 5 news stories of the week. It's time for me to hit the dusty trail, but I should see you guys again on Monday, so have a good weekend.